Hi everybody, my name is Derek Cascio. I'm a designer, co-founder of Design Museum Boston, and a professor at Wentworth Institute of Technology. And I wanted to say thank you to Hector Silva and the Advanced Design Sketching Group for inviting me to come and share my thoughts on drawing with you. We'll try and keep it brief, but I think, most of what I'm going to talk about today will be applicable, I think, largely to students, but hopefully everybody gets a little something out of it. So, I think the first thing I want to talk about, and the thing that I run into a lot when I'm talking with students, is sort of this feeling that they're not good enough yet. And there's this fear that just because they're not great coming right out of the gate, they're never going to be good at design, or they're never going to get better at sketching. Well, I'll tell you right now, I am living proof that if you work hard and you dedicate yourself to getting better and practicing, you can. I was terrible when I first started. My teachers can probably attest to that. I was not great. And if I can find some work, maybe I'll show you. But the fact of the matter is, I just didn't let the fact that I wasn't good get me down. I knew that there were people out there whose work I admired and wanted to be able to draw like. And there still is, and I'm still, I'm far from being the best by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm constantly trying to push myself to get better. And I think the big turnaround for me was when I just kind of let myself be okay with the fact that I wasn't where I wanted to be yet. And once that fear goes away, you're able to do a lot more. You're able to start tackling challenges and drawing things that you would have been afraid to do because you don't care how it comes out. And if it doesn't come out well, you just do it again. I think now more so than ever, people are able to access great work and see what good work is, and that can be really intimidating when it should be motivating. I learned a lot from Feng Zhu and Scott Robertson and all the guys that everybody looks up to, who are incredible educators and spend a lot of their time giving away that information for free. Watch that stuff, learn that stuff, look at books, mimic people's styles until you can find your own. Learn techniques from different people. The one I'm using right now about using the marker as an underlay, I saw this on a Feng Zhu Gnomon Workshop DVD. I'd never seen this before. And it unlocked a whole new world of drawing for me. And right now I'm drawing with a Copic 0. I'm just trying to block in some stuff. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here yet. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll switch over to a... Oh, it looks like that. You guys can see that. And we'll try and do this quickly just so that I can put something down for the video. Maybe it's some kind of utility knife. But at the end of the day, we draw because we're trying to share an idea. And as long as you can do that, you'll be successful. The caliber of the craft and how cool it looks, that'll come with time. And as long as you practice and don't get intimidated and sort of work yourself up into doing a not great job, you're gonna be great. Let's see what we got here. So maybe we'll put a little end here for the blade. And once you get the techniques down and you can do the mechanical part of it, then it really comes down to how good is that idea, and is that idea that you're illustrating deserve to be on a page somewhere. And the reality is they all deserve to be on a page somewhere. That's how we talk about them. We draw so that we can put it up on a wall and have a conversation or show it to somebody who may not be as visually inclined. And for those folks, this is magical to be able to see this kind of stuff happen, to be able to take an idea and give it life, even if it's on a page. All right, so I'm putting down some lines here, and I'm going to take my Pilot Razor, which I like quite a bit, and I'm drawing on tone gray paper here, Strathmore tone gray paper. I'm just going to put some lines down here. Now normally I'd spin my page to be able to put down my points well. I highly recommend that you do that for the purposes of this video though, so that you can see everything. I'll try and keep it on the stationary rather. Although we'll see, I may have to break that rule. You know, I ghost my lines in when I'm doing this so that I can hit the lines that I want. This pen looks like it might be on its last legs. You know, really thin lines, contour lines, light till it's right, one of my favorites. You know, I think the thing for me as I practice, you know, illustration and I practice drawing. Ooh, it's a little off. You know, I do it, and if I do it poorly, I go and do it again. You know, don't be afraid to do that. If you have to do a drawing several times in order to get it right, do that. You'll be better for it. You know, your professors will see that work. Your coworkers and clients will see that dedication and that work, and then they'll say, how can I do that? And there's no secret. It's just practice. All right, so we've got some basic lines in here. All right, not bad. I'm trying to do all this in real time too, just because it's easier than having to edit. Put a little radii on the edge here. Okay, punch up this line weight. A little bit. Same thing in the front here. That's a little awkward, huh? Not bad. Now, I like, you know, the flare pens are pretty nice. You know, when doing line weight, it's really all about scale. So maybe you do, you know, a 1, 2, and then a sign pen for your third weight, for like that really heavy punch line underneath. We'll put that in a minute. You know, if you told me I had to pick one pen though and draw with it forever, I'd go with my Bic, trusty Bic ballpoint. This thing is not only an incredible drawing tool, but it's also a great example of industrial design. So if somebody asks, you know, what is industrial design? I keep this in my pocket so I can pull it out and explain. Always be teaching. And I like my Copic markers because they're refillable, and I have my set of neutral grays. I like the neutral grays, 13579. I like neutral because you can drop down some value and put color over it, and it doesn't really tint the color. But really anything's okay. You can see this nib needs replacing. It's seen better days. So let's throw a little bit of value on here. Say it's kind of top lit. I really like the brush pen side of this quite a bit. They're nice to marker with, very painterly. Punch up that bleed at the bottom here. And you know, it's great to mix media. You can mix pencil and pen, and you know, marker. It's all good. It's all good. So let's think if we want to be able to, we'll put a little cutout here for a key ring or hook or something. Again, put that contour line in there so we know that this is coming down. Boop, a little cutout. punch up the line weight inside that cutout there. We'll hit it with a little bit of value. Since it's being top lit, we're going to go with our 5 in here. Put a little cast shadow on this guy. You know, the classic floating. Everything's floating all the time. Trying to block in where this thing's going to be. Typically I don't outline my shadows either, but I'm just putting in some light lines here so that I have a bit of an idea when I go to put some value in there. And we'll do that right now. So let's cast that shadow. We'll say, we'll put that 5 down first. Where did I put the, there we go. Now, you know, I'm running way over here, but hopefully we can fast forward this guy. I think we're going to push the value on that bottom shadow a little bit more too. With my 7. Go back in with our pencil. So let's use our white pencil, my little Derwent holder here. Put a little bit of bounce light on this guy. Underneath this edge here. You know, that white pencil makes a huge difference. It really helps to sell, you know, highlights and sell the realism of a concept. And if you want, you can go back in, punch up some of this where that light really hits it. Now I can go back in here with my heavier line weight, make sure that I'm hitting that line there. It's not cheating to use a ruler, it's okay. I hit 2 out of the 3 lines without it, but now I just really want to make sure that that gets that line weight. It's good to practice not using it, but it's okay if you do. And we can throw a little vignette on this guy here behind it. I like to keep my vignettes looking a little loose. All right. Now we can go back in if we want to add some detail. Maybe there's some little grippies or something in the back here. This guy seems to be dying. There you have it. So let's sign our drawing somewhere. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.